Thanks for joining me. We're going to be talking about red flag laws and where the bills stand in each state. Since the Parkland shooting, 9 states have enacted legislation that allows law enforcement to remove guns from individuals deemed a risk to themselves or others. And I think we can kind of see where this is heading is with regards to our Second Amendment. Here we have a diagram on the status of state red flag laws. The states in red are the ones that have enacted red flag laws. The ones in that orangey pink are states that have red flag bills proposed, which is 23 states in all. And the ones in gray are no laws or active bills, which are 16 states. I think we really need to be looking at these numbers. Colorado passed its red flag law in April of 2019. The bill was a contentious topic among the state's sheriffs weeks before it was signed into law. A number of jurisdictions passed resolutions that denounced the measure before it was signed by the governor, prompting the attorney general to issue a statement saying, quote, "Such resolutions cannot and do not override a valid judicial order implementing state law," close quote. Delaware signed their red flag into law in June of 2018. Delaware's law allows family members and law enforcement to file for lethal violence protection orders if they can present clear and convincing evidence that a person is at risk for shooting themselves or others. LVPOs also authorize law enforcement to search for and seize firearms if the filer can accurately describe the firearm and possible locations. This law follows the April signing of the Beau Biden Gun Violence Prevention Act, which allows police officers to remove firearms from an individual only after a mental health professional has deemed the person a danger to themselves or others. Florida signed into law in March of 2018. Florida's red flag provision came bundled in the Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Act, which passed with the support of 67 NRA-rated legislators. In the weeks following the bill's passage, Florida judges have issued numerous risk protection orders, including one against Zachary Cruz, the brother of the Parkland gunman. Illinois signed theirs into law in July of 2018. The proposal passed both state chambers with veto-proof majorities with 1 day remaining in the session. The bill sat on the Republican Governor Bruce Rauner's desk for over 6 weeks before being signed into law. Maryland signed theirs into law in April of 2018. The passage of Maryland's red flag bill came down to the wire. After debating amendments proposed by the Senate, the House of Delegates sent the final legislation to the governor with less than 2 hours remaining in the 2018 session. Quote, "I believe that the bill will save lives, and I'm pleased that there was a general consensus that the bill and the legislative process to get it through," unquote. And that was the chief sponsor of that bill. Massachusetts signed theirs into law in July of 2018. Republican Governor Charlie Baker was moved to support the bill after endorsement from the state's police chiefs. The Massachusetts Chiefs of Police Association expressed the support for the proposal, and the association president told the State House News Service that the measure could be a valuable tool for family and law officers to protect people in crisis as well as those around them. New Jersey signed their into law in June of 2018. The bill passed both chambers in early June with bipartisan support and was signed into law by the governor within a week. The governor also signed a separate measure that requires law enforcement to confiscate a person's gun if a mental health professional has determined that the person may harm themselves or others. New York signed theirs into law in February of 2019. New York's red flag bill sailed through the Democrat-held state legislature this year with a collection of other gun-related measures. It was signed into law within a month by the governor. Last session, a similar red flag provision stalled in the state Senate, which was at the time controlled by Republicans. The package of bills passed by New York lawmakers is considered the most significant set of gun laws to clear that legislature since 2013. Rhode Island passed theirs in June of 2018. The governor signaled her support for risk protection legislation with an executive order prior to the bill passing the state's General Assembly. The Rhode Island chapter of the American Civil Liberties Union has described the bill as a quote-unquote well-intentioned, but opposes it for broad scope and lenient standards for both applying for and granting protective orders. Vermont signed theirs into law April of 2018. After 3 months of debate, Vermont's bill cleared both chambers without a single vote against it. Of all the red flag laws the state legislatures have taken up this year, Vermont's one of the narrowest. Only a state's attorney or the Office of the Attorney General can request that the court issue a risk protection order. Vermont signed theirs into law April of 2018. After 3 months of debate, Vermont's bill cleared both chambers without a single vote against it. Okay, with all of that being said, let's look at the map again. Considering that all states should be constitutional carry and highlighted green, look at how much they have placed rules and regulations that inevitably lead to disarmament. I just think we need to be vigilant about where the U.S. is heading with our Second Amendment. And let's not forget who is behind the agenda to disarm us in the first place.